Lam Rim Text Lam Rim Nyamsulaya and kissing Jamdro, give you Sir Tapche, and Jamdro, and then just with my Shusar Shusha, just like give you said, Yapsum said the Carolana, Sanji Concho, Choconcho, Kitun Concho Sumdi, she's kissing on to give you Sir Taviagi, Jig Sanji, and then Lama Idam Sanji Janju Semba, Chazan Sir Taviadi to do in Conjo Sumnala Duru, where Sanji Concho, Choconcho, Kitun Concho. Sumnala and do you write Sumna Madubache, your mother, is now that gave you the conjosum sat up and daily answer and Jamdochet Ancora Cassing the Shiva.
And good evening. So last time we looked at refuge. Can you hear me at the back? It says volume tonight? Not so much? Now a little bit better? Maybe? Okay. So last week we looked at refuge. And we spoke about what the three objects of refuge are. Firstly, the Buddha jewel, the Dharma jewel, and the Sangha jewel. And we spoke about how to relate to these in terms of their qualities, as well as then how to visualize them. We spoke about the visualization in a little detail, as well as some of the qualities of the objects of refuge.
Sanjo Concho, Chio Concho, Guinea Concho Sumnati. Now, the Capdro said, that Gyatso drag Gudelix in Sherwa, the Sangazo, Nukovi, Dungalia, Targudu, Simbi Dungalia, and Chishan Trawaski, and Delegate nobody, and then Conjo Sumnatu, Sembigia, and the Conjo Sumi, and then Tonche, then some Devakavache, Dignity. Dini Latine, and I kept when it kept to dragon, kept when the Carolana, that do not have a tubin, Conjosum, Yogre, some Yichebe, some dingy Yichebe, the Lue Kiwadi, Conjosum Lue Kiwadida, Carechinada, Diawata, Dunga, Kido Carechuvinada, kept Conjosum, the Haba, Shan Sujil, Guame, some bay, that Disumra in some the Lue Kiagi, La Yisanga de la, and Jamdro Sigore, kissing onto the tissue Sarvada.
So last time then we looked at these objects of refuge, the Buddha jewel, the Dharma jewel, and the Sangha jewel. And we spoke about how to go for refuge, and we mentioned the causes for refuge, of which there are two. So the first cause is to having reflected on our suffering pervade cyclic existence, generating a strong fear for suffering and thereby a wish to be free, to be liberated from suffering, is the first cause. The second then is having generated this wish to be liberated from suffering, that first cause, and having come to see the qualities of the three jewels, one then knows that the three jewels and the three jewels alone have the ability to provide protection or refuge from that suffering. So these are the two causes of refuge. First was generating the strong wish to be liberated from suffering, and secondly, the recognition that the three jewels and the three jewels alone have the ability, have the qualities to provide protection from suffering. And it was also mentioned last time that another way to translate this word refuge would be protection. So going for protection. And the mind of refuge is a mind of complete trust, a trust that has risen in a profound manner from deep within, that the three jewels and three jewels alone have the ability to provide protection from suffering. That then is the mind of refuge. And tonight we'll continue in the text, nearing the bottom of page 7, maybe the second half of page 7, and we'll be looking at the four immeasurables. What are the four immeasurables? So the first is immeasurable love, second is immeasurable compassion, the third is immeasurable joy, and the fourth immeasurable equanimity or impartiality.
아니 심지어 이제 대화의 템바 내나 선비게 아니 템버 쇼 세다 심지어 이제 대화의 템버 쇼 선비 삼로 쥐마 마인바 곰지 쥐마 마인바들라 데니 로지여 바이나 안 될라야 잠바 치면라 보래.
Immeasurable love is the wish that may all sentient beings have lasting, stable happiness. But for it to be immeasurable love, it's not just this mere wish, but it's a wish that is uncontrived or spontaneous, a wish that doesn't need to be intentionally generated, so uncontrived. This is the immeasurable love, the uncontrived wish for sentient beings to experience lasting, stable happiness.
어디나지 니지세메세리다 semjen tamje dunga da jana sembi miyage jamba semedi게 miyage 유딜 semjen ane dewa mebe semjen da dewa medegen ane semjele mije dewa de dena sembe semgorwa da niji semedi게 semjen dunga기 nardigen dunga기 narbe semjele mije ande semjen tamje dunga da jana nyebe samlodi dus komji denige samlo jema mai badi jema mai bige dela ane niji semesigo라.
The mind of immeasurable love has as its object all sentient beings who are abiding without lasting stable happiness. And then with all sentient beings who do not have happiness, then the mind of this uncontrived mind of love, wanting them to have lasting stable happiness, is what is meant by immeasurable love. Immeasurable compassion, on the other hand, also has all sentient beings as its object, but from the perspective of all sentient beings tormented by suffering. So that is the object of immeasurable compassion, all sentient beings tormented by suffering. Whereas the object for immeasurable love was all sentient beings who are without lasting stable happiness. Then immeasurable compassion is again a wish that is uncontrived, that is spontaneous, that it doesn't have to be intentionally generated. This uncontrived wish, may all sentient beings who are currently tormented by suffering, may they be freed from suffering.
나네 가와치메세디 다심젠 탐제 동알단 드라이지 동아메비게 대화 사메기 대화다 데나 선배 사메기 대화데 덴바다 마저쇼 선배 삼로들라 근데 가와치메세 되니시고 사메기 대화다 파와다 되니기 줄레레 쇼로
It's like going to get drink it. That drink it. Then you can get a yankia songra.
가와치메세디 심젠 탐제 동아다 드라이비게 안 사메기 대화데다 근데 데나 선바데 데당 데나 야고레 선배 삼로들라 되니기 좀 많이 삼로들라 야 가와치메세.
Immeasurable joy is the wish that may all sentient beings attain a state of uncontaminated happiness, a state that is completely freed from suffering. So this is immeasurable joy.
나당님 치메세디 심젠 간데치 힘에네야 안 차상랑라 안지 딩알이야 두아레세 딩알이야 네 야가레세 가야 메바치 차상네 니링 메바 지비지가이 셈베 삼로디 안에 좀마마임베 삼로디라 당님 치메시거래.
Immeasurable equanimity or immeasurable impartiality. This is a mind then that is free of bias or partiality towards sentient beings, that doesn't feel close to some and distant from others, but rather is impartial or unbiased towards all sentient beings, holding them all equally close.
지당 다들 잠바체메 닝제체메 가와체메 당임체메신 마 지게 셰양도 당보 아니 고르메 직시야 당보 안에 잠바체메 셰요 이내 당도 베지나라 직나라 안 송두 갑라다 고 뎁저 단디니기 토네 이나라 야직 녀레 잠바체메 가와 그서 닝제체메 가와체메 당임체메스 시고래 당아주 냠는지 곰두 갑라 당보 당임체메도 고모고래지래 진에 잠바체메다 닝제체메니라 녀레 수곰나 개발하여 말해서 고름스
디 당념 곰마기압 공라
당보 당님 체면 공부그래서 당보 검두급을 지다 베지나로 송두 잠바 체면 니지 체면 가와 체면 당님 체면선 잠바 체면 녀를 셔요래 아주 냠는지 곰도 갑라 당보 가르고 무슨 땅님 채매고 되네 잠바 채매고 되네 이제 채매고 되네 땅 가서 오래 안에 가서 오래 이제 가와 채매고 그래제.
When it comes to cultivating the four immeasurables in one's own continuum, then one needs to start with the immeasurable equanimity or immeasurable impartiality. However, when one recites a prayer containing the four immeasurables, that prayer would usually start with love or the immeasurable love or immeasurable compassion. But in terms of the actual meditation on the four immeasurables, one starts with equanimity, and this then would be followed by, depending on one's predisposition, with either love or compassion, second and third, and then ending with immeasurable joy. But the starting point in the meditation is immeasurable equanimity, although that is not the first of the four that is recited in prayers.
당보 땅님 야고지 삼로 나라가서 삼로 나라 땅님 야고지 레마도 바이나 되네 잠바 야고금 두고 말에 되네 니조금 야고금 두고 말에 그래서네 땅님디 야고리 두고 말 당보 디인자 당보 땅님데 곰 그래셔야지 김전로 뒤에.
And the reason that one needs to start with meditation on immeasurable equanimity is because if one hasn't abandoned this feeling of near to some and distant from others, then one will not be able to generate sincere or what would be considered actual love or actual compassion. So one's generation of love and compassion will be impeded if one hasn't successfully generated equanimity.
지상 나나솔에 땅님디 마용아디 가르치는 용고 말에라는 나나솔이야 뒤로와다 지게 땅님세 매와디 가르치는 소수기 지게 가실이야 지게 차박이야 가실이야 당화기야 가화기야 당화기야 용으로 소수기 파마다 분야다 소수기 지게 니엔로시나 데리아 야고 중나 선비기다 삼는 야고 야가 중나 선비 삼기야다 아직 소소기 마가사다 야직 소소 마가나야 맨나야 소소기 파마다 분야다 년기 되sol야 마가한 루미디게 셈제 이나라 미나 되sol야 돈 오데솔야 직 야고 말해서마다 콘솔야 강아 주나스메 콘솔 둥아 두부주 주나스메 삼다바나 나는 셈 삼로디 제사 랑기 랑다 랑기 인이 촐야 네 차바세야다 네 현이 촐라 랑기 년다 마임바다 현이 촐라 자유 촐라 네 당화세다 제사 차다 니디긴 안줄야 셈 찬용바디 레마도 바디 차다니게 지고래.
Our current situation is that we haven't developed an impartial attitude towards sentient beings. We still find ourselves closer to some and indifferent to many, and actually quite distant and maybe even have a sense of dislike towards others. So in general, we tend to have a closeness and affinity to our family and our loved ones and those we consider ourselves to be part of their group or their circle. And then these people, we want things to go well for them, and we naturally give rise to a wish towards them of, may they experience happiness, and we want them to, and we sincerely want things to go well for them. But lacking this impartial attitude, then there is this group whom we dislike, either as individuals or as a group that we feel distant towards, or maybe even dislike. Or this could be a group or individual who dislikes people that we are close to. And therefore, because they dislike people that we are close to, we in turn dislike them as well. And then towards that group, we don't have a natural wish that may they be freed of problems, may they be freed of difficulties. Rather, we are likely to be at best indifferent should they experience problems, but we may well take some delight should they encounter problems and difficulties in their lives.
이사 찌글이야 가와 찌글이안 다른 바 책으로 나가와 차 다른 바 식으로 찌디 소술이야 거부시 타녀야서야다 심지어 가실이야 마가와진 바 타르스도 니링세 차로 세면데 니링 차송로 지사 니링의 삼로디 먼저 미겔 소술에 연구를 소박하라 연구를 지발라 연구로 봐 니링의 왕기 소박 소박하다 개가 편순에 연구로 봐 계급 가시게 계급 잡아내 계급 찌기 소소의 계급 가시라 가네 아니 뜻 가와지 계급 가시라 막아와지 근데 계급 막아서 될래야 아니 지금 여기야다 강아지야다 지 삼등고로 봐 아니 지게 소소의 뜻 가세기 계급 될래야 아니 지 로지야다 막아게 계급 될라 아니 강아지야다 여기야다 디 삼누나 지소나래 용고로 봐 다디나신 계급 편줄에 되는 용고로 봐 디나신 아주 지소 가능신에 되는 용고로 봐 제가 당 아주 미게르 소설에 되는 용고래 이내 인장 아주 미숨로 진념도 되어 있네 미숨념도 되네 균 나와 가시 진념도 되어 있네 아니 미니디 가나 미직디 직레도 셈다니에 제 직디 되어 다른 가지 미직니디 되어 tumbacha다 직도 카가차다 디 용고로 봐 디가선 셈기 예링리어 직들에 되어서 가게 직들에 되어서 다른 가서 마가시 레도 안 예링해야 돼 진짜 되니게 삼로 예링디 당 아주 지단 계르다 안 차상을 용고로 와다.
In the practice of cultivating the mind of equanimity, what we're trying to abandon is this feeling of near to some or close to some and distant or far from others. So this attitude of being near and far is what we are trying to overcome. So this can be something that we experience on a personal level. Perhaps if we within a group of people, then we'll know that there are some that we feel closer to, others more distant towards. So here in our own group of people, we may have these divisions. And then certainly within community or a place of work, or between nations, these divisions happen as well, where one nation relies on and feels close to another, sees another as a friend, but a different nation one sees as a competitor. And then towards that a nation that you see as a competitor, you want to do better than them, especially if it's at their expense. And the nation that one feels closer to, then one will go out. Our nation will go out of their way to help that nation. So this is this attitude of being close to some and distant from others. And this is what we need to overcome, whether it's on a micro level, our immediate interaction, or something larger, or even on a national level.
지소나라 강아지에만 제데 예링레제 안지기지야 지투보자나 지지야 안지 초제 딩안주레 콜은 누구도 디인자 결로지긴세다 안에 강아지긴세 되니기 지 예링이 왕게 점리나랴 안에 지금 막주 먹고 제야다 안 지소나래나 파수 어디간주 초래 되니 견주기 먼저 초래 누구도 세다 될랴 강아지야다 지산 되니기 제야다 투보자다 디용고로와 디네 자 디스차사 먼저 예링이 여바인자 sem전 차상랴 예링이 여바인자 안 튜부질레 두고 말이지 튜부용고 말 제가 디네 자 sem전 함제 예링 대단 자야지 당님 주용을 용고도 섬제 근데 삼로 다이디로 당님 공고야디 김생 가르스네 당님 sem전 탐절 당님 인고도 당님 매번에 찍찍리 마가와 찍을 가와지 되니기 당님 매비긴기 점리나 지소이나다 미 게르펜주이나다 되니기 강아디 되니기 장장 요라티 장장리도스 되니인자 sem전 탐제 근데 당님 고도 예링이다 예링 지금 예링 요아도 규리 가르스네 착바를 때네 녀와게다 세상을 때네 다른 왔다 제가 차단이를 용고를 제가 차단이다 차단 예링 요아 규 차단이다 자고도 선비 삼다에들 네 가서 당년 고미야들 때네 삼당 고스고라다
예링 세나 대 착바 대 고성 착바단 셈중 셈파
예링 라나 가서는데 착바께는 딜려 셈다 녀와 차기로와 콩로께는 셈다 릉바 치기로와 제가 예링 세디 먼저 예링 셈 찍려 가와다 찍다 막와래디 가서는 콩로다 착바다 콩로 원리고를 지로와다 귀디 차단일 된 리고를 예링디
this having this partiality, this bias, this is what leads to so many problems in society. Perhaps one can even say it leads to most of our problems in society. This feeling of this is the group that I associate with, the individuals, the group that I associate with, I want things to go well for them. I will help them and I will support them. But this is a competing group. And this group, I don't want them to go so well because they are competitors of mine. They may bring harm to the group that I associate myself with. So this is something that we can experience on a personal level, on a social level, a society-based level, or certainly between nations. So where there's a conflict, whether it's between nations, whether it's between peoples, or whether it's between individuals, there is this feeling of distance between those that one has conflict with. So this problem of bias or partiality is something that causes a lot of harm within society. As strong as the mind of this mind of bias is, conversely, harmony between peoples is weaker. To develop harmony between individuals, between peoples and between nations, harmony needs to be developed, and this is developed through cultivating equanimity. And the mind of equanimity or impartiality is a mind that overcomes this feeling of feeling close to some, but distant from others. And this feeling of close to some and distant from others has as a cause, or the feeling of closeness arises from attachment to particular individuals or groups. And likewise, this feeling of distance, this comes from an aversion or an anger, a dislike for certain individuals or groups. And these causes then are what need to be overcome so that we can be harmonious with others and we can see others in an impartial manner, in an equally close manner.
Dine so nyele so range tanyum di nyamlen chi yago chi maju weina ane dina she shen semje thamje la tanyum di yago yong sho sembe samlo di shu chimbo ji le tu marwa jisa dine inza dangbo sosuge tanyum gom jine sosuge tanyum gom je digi sosuge nyamnyon le pape shen semje thamje gyula dina shen tanyum di yago sho sam gong go ro da 당보 땅님 소소라는 곰 그래. 소소라는 땅님 곰. 데네 semje 탐지 이걸 땅님 용어 쇼선 곰 그래지. 베네로와 당보 소소 류제제의 야보 제마신나 현 류제 디난 제고래랍네 랍싱 말와. 지나 당보 소소라 야보 제싱 바이나 아니 잔다 겨나 디난이 랍쇼 디네 장쇼된 장진 차상 류제 야보 제수 투로와. 소소 류제 제마신나 ane sosugi shangi labje ane konzo luze yaqbo tse shen su tuya marwa di na shin tangyom di tangbo sosu ranang ge gom nyamnyo sa ju gom je nyamnyo sa deni shen ya tangyom gom je konzo gyula tangyom di jiga yeju go ro ye samdang go ro.
The meditation on equanimity then, the starting point with this is to meditate oneself, or oneself to engage in meditation. So this is imperative. If one understands the theory that people should abide together in harmony and people should get on together, merely expressing this wish is going to have very little impact. Rather, one first has to cultivate within one's own mind an impartial attitude. And having gained actual experience of this practice, then one is equipped to be able to have a positive influence on others.
기후래 선비기 소소를 냠냠매나 한 현심자들 땅님 용어쇼 땅님쇼 삼바 디네 삼바 이내야 셈레 세부 땅님 세부를 차야셔 말와 책 말와 전 소수기 땅님 곰제 소설야 땅님기 삼로 곰제 냠냠시게 여도 한 현리야 땅님 용어쇼 곰바이나 미시기 다슈 셈슈 체지리로와.
It's important to have cultivated experience within oneself in order to be able to be effective in encouraging others to live together in harmony, to be impartial in their relations with others. And this is and the reason it's so important to have cultivated experience oneself is if one just has theory, then it's very difficult to be able to talk with clarity and with conviction with regard to the need for impartiality, as well as how to cultivate it within others. So therefore, it's imperative that one starts with oneself, cultivating this impartial attitude, this unbiased attitude within oneself.
지산다 당념 고미야 될 당보 아줄에 밀마스 아줄이네 베네 소수기 인기 초 직제 다 소설야 안저세 직 소설가 마가사 초 직제 초 니제 다 되네게 안에 지게 소설 인기다 안에 야 마임바 소설 마가사야 말바 바메기 미 바마시 릭숨용 거로와 되네 수명와 나자 예바인자 아저 당보 고미야데 가르레 미니 공부를 합네 닝이 초들 미죠 겁나 안에 나줄 닝이 초들 나줄야 안에 차과도 숙체요래 이제 당연 고미야라 되스칼레 하용 거래 내는 가족이 다른 소소 마가사 소소기 되스 마가사 미들 심전 대솔 미제 삼다 당연 고마나 대야 소소 마가사 숙체요 완자 디기 당연 고미야래 되스칼레 하용 거래 다 가르 야가디 가르요서는 지단 바마 소소기 진예야 마행게 소소기 다오야 마행게 소소기 바미 미치어와 셈체치어와 데솔라 미니 콤바이나 당뇨 고미야디 되슬레라 하는 거래 지단 당보 되니게 바미게 셈젤 미체 안에 당뇨 되니게 당뇨데 셈데 당뇨 야보실리기 여바이나 안 되네 양게 녀기 초들 삼다제 제 당뇨 안디 당뇨 되서 야고 차야데 되네 소소기 셈다링아 안에 소소기 지금 마가세 지금 셈젤이야 데솔레 미제 안 당뇨 언데네 지리야데 되네 두세 검내야 셈리 삼로데 숙처 첨부 차야데 되네 셈제 지게 소소기 예합 차상기 예합지기 미 셈제 차상 삼다야다 안데네 두스 개처제데 되네 셈제 탐제 삼다 셈제 탐제래 안 당뇨 언두스네 바람으로 지림바로지
In this meditation, then, one proceeds in the meditation cultivating the mind of impartiality. One proceeds in a particular sequence. So first one starts with one's own circle of acquaintance, perhaps one can say. And one can divide beings then into three categories. So there are those that we currently feel close to, our loved ones. Then there is a second category of those that we have an aversion towards, that we dislike. And then there's the third large category that we are indifferent towards or neutral towards. So in general, we can divide beings into these three categories. If we were then in the meditation to start with that first category, those that we feel close to, then the likelihood is that our attachment for them is going to grow whilst we're meditating on this group that we feel close to. If we were to start there, attachment is likely to grow stronger. And similarly, if we were to start with the group that we feel an aversion, a dislike towards, then calling them to mind, it's likely that this negative attitude of dislike towards them, that is likely to grow stronger as well. So therefore, the group to start with is the group that one feels neutral towards or indifferent towards. And starting with this group, developing a feeling of an attitude of impartiality towards them, then later one can then progress towards those that one currently feels close to. And then when changing one's mental attitude towards them, so again, one's feeling close now to the group that one was formerly indifferent towards, now as well as now close to those one is currently just feels attachment for, then one is ready to go to the third group, those that one currently dislikes or feels distant towards. So this is the sequence to engage in meditation, starting with those one's neutral towards, then those that one feels an affinity towards, and then thirdly, those that one feels a dislike towards. And these three groups are when one draws on those that one knows, on people one knows. So the meditation has, it's not just theoretical, but it's directly in relation to people that one encounters. When one has been successful in these three categories, then one can expand it further and think of an entire nation. There may be all humans, and eventually all sentient beings. So one comes to the point of eventually all sentient beings. But before one gets there are these several stages to go through but starting with those beings that one knows.
Rangi Dada Ningayama Barmi Simjan Chile Miche and Delia Tanyum said the Carson that the Niki Chigling Simjan Delia Yaga some Delia Magawa come Kim Zanka Midu some Chazala some Jiba Chazala Jibuta some died water. Chesna that the Niki and Barmalia nearing Yomaruas and Time Gumgo Omarualamna, Nanzo nearing Ligurba, Bening Moma Shimba Anzuki, Teokine made you can. And Jimena Nazuki, Mira Zemora, Tonsana, Nazu Lamsa, Dinala, some Nalia, Chojiki, Choche, some Lido. Just meet them again, Niga, and Nazu, Washingo, Mare, and Yama, two monor, Pa, Geshe Parma, in and dinner sometimes to call it Chigni, two, Ton, Zema Zigine. Chiglia di topna san be samlas na di chigli nyering to lido just denis nyere ligo re deni ensam manjuge samnalia ani di midelia jeke ngadi yaga chekoya da kol duwa cheya ka go kimsen gyne mindu kimsen yo mare samje niga an chasanlia sam jibo samda jibare samdang wa chichagorwa.
So he starts the meditation with people that the meditation cultivates the mind of equanimity or impartiality towards those that we are neutral towards. We don't have a particular feeling of closeness for them or dislike towards them. And what we're trying to do then is to develop a feeling of closeness to them, but not a mind that is mixed with attachment or desire. So the people that we can think of is someone that we have no connection with, no relationship with at all, someone we don't know. I mean, and a feeling then that an understanding that this attitude of impartiality has there's this impartiality has arisen towards them would be when we were to perhaps watch sports people and not feel a particular wish that may one do better than the other, may that one outshine the other or beat the other, but rather come to see that we have no valid reason that we can point to why one should outperform the other, why one should win and the other should lose, but rather have a feeling of closeness towards both of them, and a feeling of closeness that isn't differentiated in any way.
Desan dinigi parme semjen dele mije da ngot kole yaga chewa me chikolo duga chewa me chesan chasan nigalia chibare chesan chasan niga karre sena de bhajon khoniga ge dewa deba chibare dunga mi deba chibare chesan niga ge dewa deba chibare dunga mi deba chibare chesan nga chile yaga chewa chesan chile duga chewa ka me niga chiba ya sembege nigale yapo chuna sembege da samdadi nga juge tanyong ko me dirwa da ga denigi Chile yaga juna sama chile duga juna di samtaya di jegoya mindu karasine koroni samtabane ngarangi nyene mare dhaya ngal nyobane kaya mare ngi punjani nyena kaya maro bas ine da denigi thona samtane korong ngene samtabane niga ane mi gaje semjen gaje yobena barma korong chasa dewa dyoba de chibare dunga mi dyoba chibare chesang korong so samlo chibare inza dewa dyoba chibare inza Chilianga Gawachewada, Chidi Migawachewa, Mindu Dumamitu Chibare, Sanda. On those in a corong when some tabene, they were about Dumamitu Chibare, and Sanga, Kolia Chilling, Yaha sometimes, Chili Dunga sometimes, Nika Chibare, Nikala Yapojuna, Sambe sometimes, then Danium Comiatirida. Denigi Samnojitania, Chile Sombaina, then part Tisamno Shukche, Nubachelli, then two Gendelia, Nemba Capture, Rangin Chot Digala, Nemba Capture, Rangin Yen, Rangin Yen, the Delia Gahacha, the Rangi Tawas, Magacha, Camida, Chibara was just not the audio, but Chibarism. Chasnada Yen Nalo in the Yen Tan Yelu Ungurua and Kashilagada, just Sentaring Chavangurua, the Nenza. Yin chole ne and do chine da chasan chibo yonga da deji barme semjen de da yin yi rangi yin yi semjen ni ga da chasan dewa de chibare chasan dunga mi de chibare chasan ya chiba juna sembe samda de da
Dante kan dra wo ki kola sunga
de da go chel la yin
So in our meditation, we developing our attitude towards how we currently developing our attitude towards beings that we are currently indifferent or neutral towards. We look at them and to try and overcome any feeling of differentiation or difference that we may make between certain individuals or groups of people. We do this through reflecting how we can't really point to someone and say, this person desires happiness and this person less so. Or this person doesn't have much of a wish for happiness, this one has a greater wish for happiness. All beings want to experience happiness. Likewise, in terms of wanting to be freed from suffering, we can't differentiate between, well, this person has a mediocre wish to be freed of suffering. This one has a stronger wish, so may their stronger wish be fulfilled. All beings are the same in wanting happiness and wanting to be freed from suffering. There is no basis of difference at this deeper level. So what we're trying to do is look beyond superficial differences that one may see and see that underneath there is no difference between people, between beings, in that all want to experience happiness, none want to experience suffering. And here we, in particular, are approaching a group of people who maybe we could, in the world, would be said, if their conditions don't really matter much to me or don't stir me much emotionally in terms of engaging with them, in that if they suffer more or less, it has no impact on me or my loved ones, or if things go particularly well for them, again, it has no impact on me or my loved ones. So it's this group of people that we currently are neutral or indifferent towards that we are focusing our attention on. Coming to see that their wish for happiness and wish to be freed of suffering, this is genuine and it's valid, and there is no basis to think that they are any less worthy than anyone else of experiencing lasting happiness and being freed from suffering. So in this way, we try and eliminate this differentiation between some groups by seeing, or individuals, by seeing that at a deeper level, there really isn't any difference between us. When we've developed some success in this training, that when we encounter these people, either directly or we observe, say, through media, and we have a feeling naturally arising within us, may this being, as much as everyone else, fulfill their desired happiness and be completely freed from suffering. Then we have some observable success in this practice, and we're ready to move on to those that we currently feel closer towards. And here too, to try and overcome with this new group, those that we currently feel closest towards, to try and see that they are the same as others in wanting to experience happiness and be freed from suffering. And there's no valid reason why they should have this wish achieved before anyone else. And in this way, we expand this feeling of equanimity or impartiality.
다디네 델리아 당님 야고라시 두 삼다 데네 소수게 아니 마가스 초 자위 초 마가스 초디 소네바 겹체 차산 직발에 차산 소수게 대시 발미 땅에 셈젠데다 아니 소수게 니지 셈젠 차산이야 아니직 직리 야가 쳐거나 직리 누가 쳐가 가면 차산 직발에샤 삼다와 나신 다디 아니 소수게 미가스 초디 셈젠 데니게 디초리에네야 차산 콘졸리에 막아치고 김제 개민도 제산 콘졸이나 대화되바 동아메도 찍바래 제산 이 콘졸 막아치 콘졸 강아 제와 개민도 선배게 삼다야다 당아지는 차산에 찍바스 니는 삼다야로 니링 매바 찍바래 찍바 고구도 차산에 한 디기 찍바 주나 선배 삼다야로
Then one moves to the third group of those that one currently feels a distance towards, or even more so a dislike towards. So here the process is exactly the same. One reminds oneself again and again that there is no difference between beings. We are all the same in wanting to experience happiness and to be freed from suffering. And there is no valid basis to say that just those that I like more, that I should just help those, or I should take any joy in certain groups or individuals experiencing problems or harm, or I should feel more of an inclination to helping one group or individual as opposed to another. So we start in this meditation with looking at those that we are indifferent towards, moving then to those that we feel an affinity towards, and ending, or then thirdly, to those that we feel a dislike towards, coming to see how all groups, all beings are the same in wanting to experience happiness and having an equal right to happiness, equally worthy of happiness, as well as being free of suffering.
나는 삼는 날 연구를 와네. 나를 막아간다. 나를 내외지 엔디길다. 직바 책임도 와가서 엔디다. 아니 가서 엔디기 분야되게 소설야 가부치고 소설 팬도 그래. 한 소설 나를 막아가 나 자오지게 나를 내외지 엔디길라. 내외지 거로 와는 직바 삼다에 민도와 가서 직대 야가 지금 직 내외기거라서 내외기도. 네. 그 직바에 삼다에 균에 민도 선배가 삼로 용식으로 와서네.
Then 고통성.
소소 분야다 소소의 인거 거부지겐디기 소소 거부지기도 제상 컨트롤 야가 전 제고 컨트롤 거부지기도 와서 소소의 내배기겐 자와디기 알 내배기기도 와서 아니 소소기 바마다 분연게 진연연디게 차상 직발에 삼단에 지기면도 직발에면도 가서 그 징알 내배기기도 지건 판도도 제상 직발 삼단에 지기면도 선배 삼로 용식이로 와.
So it's quite possible that one may think that this way of thinking is mistaken, because perhaps in reality when we look at our situation we can say, but there is this group that do care for me and do help me, are there for me. There is another group who, well, they don't really like me very much, and they may cause some harm in my life, some difficulty and problems in my life, and they may take some pleasure in me experiencing problems. So there certainly are these different groups in my experience. So therefore, this practice is mistaken. So it's possible that one may have such a doubt.
제가 데니게 삼로 축하하는 델이야 삼로 갈당 거라나. 제가 나데 체델이야 소설이야 직 녀비기에나 마가가 지인디 개왕 아마들의 소설이 직 파마 먹고 제요. 분야 먹고 소설에 가고 휴 제요레스. 안에 세델이야 소수기 에너지 소설에 거부담배 거부세와지는 파마로 지니 개와 아마디와 양 소설이야 직 마가제다 소설에 강아제 방법 중요하레스 제가 두 스tam답에네 니가게 가브리엘의 소설에 야고 중요하라 가브리엘의 소설에 강아제요 제가 디기 야가 제시야 디기 누가 제시하세네 셰야균이 민도 세델이야 뺑아도 니미치 로직을 스tam답에네 롱아마델이야 송아줄레페 야고 제게 미치 강아 그서 야고 휴체 제게 미디 달올이야 또 송아줄레 마가버 제베나 아니 미델이야 아니 고 마가와시 소설에 뇌비기라야 말아가서 개왕아마 롱아마델로 그 수술 판도하셔와 다들 판도베네 롱아마델 다들 또 뇌비기는 롱아마델에 소설 판도돼요 제가 롱아마들 소설에 녀버 휴기제 다들야 소설 drobo 거부 휴제 거부 전주변에 디 딜레 야가 제고 가면도 가서 다들 거부 제어를 때겨 롱아마들 그걸야 녀버 휴기로 와 제가 다들 거부 제한다 다들 녀버 이니디 수야가래라네 다들 내가 블라직딩알 야가지 직된 녀버 기에레데 롱아마 삼단에 독서 차대로 와 제가 디니 삼단에 직 야가래 디 야가래 라야 가면도 직비직이 안에 샤스 제가 심전 차상 가래 지네 소설이야 두섬다도 아주 개와 아마네 아마 먹고 삼다이도 되니기 가브리엘이야 소설을 거부체여라 년체여라 가브리엘 소설 자워 차여라 제가 소설이네 되는 제여라 팔에 가브리엘 콘솔 년체여라 가브리엘이야 자워 휴체여라 가브리엘 콘솔 수에나 사여라 와 되는 중에 두섬다바이나 제가 디야가래 디두가래서는 셰기네 차상 찍버려샤스
So such a doubt would actually raise an important part of this practice of developing the mind of impartiality, in that to develop this mind in a manner that is pervasive and powerful within us, we need to make our mind wide and expansive. And to do so here, we need to look beyond our experiences of this single life In particular, we need to look beyond what we are experiencing right now, but we need to make our mind much more expansive than that, being aware that the relationships we have with individuals right now, these relationships, we can say, really, I have a good relationship with this person and not such a good relationship with that person. That may well have some validity to it. But we cannot say that this is always the kind of relationship we've had with that individual. In that, in past lives, we would have had different relationships with these individuals. And we can say that with a degree of certainty in that we have experience of how relationships in this one life fluctuate. That people that we are close to now, we may have had problems with beforehand. And likewise, there have been times in our life where we have been close to someone, and that relationship changed. And now perhaps we don't want anything to do with them anymore. So we have direct experience how relationships fluctuate in this very life. So then we can be even more certain that if we expand our awareness to the wide variety of relationships over this expansive period of beginningless lifetimes, then we would have certainly had differing relationships with others. So while someone may be treating us well or not right now, that is nothing reliable at all, and in fact is nothing to place any emphasis on. That is not a valid basis to say that this person is less worthy of me relating to well or more worthy. So we need to make our mind wide and expansive. And in this way, we'll be able to much more readily develop the mind of immeasurable impartiality.
Dene inza da sosu ngone samta na semjen gane chine ane jek nga chugi kyawa nga ma da da du samta ba ne chasan jikba resha sosu le phanto ba chasan jikba resha ma do semjen digi nga le phanto mindu san sha ji ne mindu chasan nga le phanto ma go je ba jang resha sambe samta ro da semjen kono zo ngone samta ba ne semjen chasan kono zo gane chine dewa de ba jikba re dunga mi de ba jikba res 지사 대화 되바다 동음이도 삼노도 하나 찍버려셔서 소소용에게 소소하나 삼답에네 샘전 차상게 차상 알야 약고지 판도 니기 판도 맞이바세 민두셔서 판도 빼 맞아 약고지 짱짱해셔서 되니 인장 니 샘전이야 딜 야가 제고도 딜 두아 지우서 삼로데 자오긴 따네 지금도 지사 샘전 차상 찍버려셔 지사 차상 찍었다고도 지사 샘전 탐제 찍버 샘전 창말라 대기디 찍바 주고도 컨트롤 판바 찍바 주고도 선배기 내내게 삼다야데 당한주 당님 김천도 대신예를 셔바는 김천디게 망부 삼다제 안 타메 타마델이야 제가 내내 김천 되니 인자 샘장아 딜야가지 딜 두가셔야데 마가와체야 찍을 가와체 찍 마가체 자오이는 디기미도 셔단 찍바래샤 선배기 다 파다상을야 찍부찍냥 따고도 선배 삼다야 고면들이 지상 따상 찍부찍냥 따고 서야데 뇌비기비네 차상을 뇌비기고래 선배기 삼로디야 디바로 어디 전 디고 말아 지상 가르치고라 샘전 상마라 판도 주야당 샘바 상보 차야당 차상을야 아니 디기 주야야 찍부제고도 선배 삼로디 다디 디샤고를 가서 당연 공부하셔야지 디시고를 다 소수기 되니 삼로다 냠네 수수검 디나신 삼로데다 근데 샘전 탐지 규라 되네 용어 쇼 샘비게 삼다야래다.
So this meditation then we start with those beings that we directly know. So we make this meditation very personal. We don't engage in this meditation from the outset with a theoretical object of all sentient beings. We rather start with those beings that we know well and that we have direct experience with, so as to make this meditation much more personal and relevant to ourselves. And then we've also mentioned two ways in which to overcome this feeling of partiality towards beings. So firstly, as has just been mentioned now, we come to see that this relationship that we have with beings in this life, this thinking or reflecting just on how beings are, the relationship we have with beings right now, It's a very narrow-minded way to think. We need to make our mind much more expansive, being aware that actually there's not a single being who has not helped me tremendously, whether if not in this life, in previous lives. So I have no valid basis to discriminate between those who have shown kindness and those who have shown harm. Because whilst I may be observing certain relationships now, those have changed in this life. I've experience of that. And therefore I can be sure that over the period of beginningless lifetimes, then those relationships will be very different from what they are now. So therefore, on this first point, there is no reason to differentiate or discriminate between oneself and others, seeing some as being kinder to us and part of our group, and others as not. Then the second way to approach this is to remind ourselves again with this personal approach, just like I only want to experience happiness and don't want to experience any problems at all, this is the same for each and every being. No matter what superficial differences that I can observe in this life at this present time, at a deeper level, each and every sentient being is the same in this regard too. So this then is the second point to utilize in meditation, so as to overcome this feeling of closeness towards some and distance towards others. Rather, what we're trying to get towards, the outcome of this meditation that we're trying to develop, is not an indifference. This is certainly not the goal of the meditation. But having reflected on these 2 points, firstly, that all beings, since beginningless time, have repeatedly shown me kindness directly and indirectly, and secondly, that all beings are just the same as me in wanting to experience only happiness. When those 2 points of the meditation have been cultivated in a way that is powerful and transformative, the natural wish that will follow from this is, I will not bring any harm to these beings. These beings who have shown me kindness so many times and want to experience only happiness and be freed from suffering and difficulties. Rather, I will benefit them in whatever way I can whenever the opportunity comes. So this is the natural outcome of meditating on impartiality and utilizing these two points to develop a feeling of closeness between ourselves and all beings without exception.
Denige samlodi da sosugi gombe ge nyamnyong sosugi denige tanyum samlodi dingarang zungin kewa na je samlodi semjan chama gyula denis kewa sho sembe samdai wada jisa semjan chama gyula denige samlodi lewene dene semjan yoda yomar chasan 전부 차기로 와 그래서 소소라가 차상을 야다 하나 대화두게 찍찍이야네 콘솔이야 차상에 그 찍리 예린 쳐 콜 가와 찍리 가와다 찍리 마가 제거 자기네 민 차상 찍바래샤 제상 semjan 차상 양랑이야 이제 칸판도다 그린 장와 찍바래 차상이야 팔 로바체를 차상 찍바 제고도 삼로디 안에 데네게 삼로디 semjan 차상에 레레레 차상 귤 레송 바네 데네 강하여 말와 제가 데네게 삼로디 당보 소수게 삼다 소수게 곰제 데네게 냠용 토네 데네게 삼로디 다 semjan 탐지기 귤라 데네게 삼로 안에 당념디 당념 삼로 용 깨버쇼 sem베게 semjan 탐지 귤레 데네 삼로디 용 깨버쇼 sem베게 데네 깨버쇼 sem베 삼로다야다 데네게 용어디 네지기인스 semjan 탐지 귤레 데네 삼로 깨여야디 네지기인스 지나 지네자 데네 네지 투베게 투버쇼 토비게 안에 라마 대시간 쪽에 개뷰 세트업샤기 안에 라마 이름 상에 자슴 차사기야 하는 걸에 진이라브로치 세제 온두치네 당념 검세 데네 삼다이레도
Kunde die Hakasongini so de tamade tama konso gewa kunde keyboard drop circuits
기부 수금에서 말다 데네게 당념 얘기를 당념 디semjan 탐지들에 깨워 쇼스 몰람다
데네고
니 깨워디야 뇌지기 있으나 그래서 마다 라보로와 경화 디네지는 겁내 약고서 라보로와 디네 뇌지기 있어 대단한 디네 뇌지 투박에 투약에 라마 이름 상계 장숨 남게 아니야 나야래 진이 라브로시 에세제 온도스지는 겁이야래
그래서 when through training in impartiality, then one will develop this outcome of wanting all beings to have their desire for happiness, and to be freed from suffering, to be fulfilled. And one will have the wish to only help and benefit others and not bring any harm or add to the difficulty and burden that beings already carry. So then what happens as one expands this way of thinking from those that one is neutral towards, to those that one's close towards, to those that one dislikes, and then eventually all sentient beings. This means that wherever one goes, whomever one meets, one feels an affinity with them. One feels a harmonious relationship, no matter whom one meets. Whomever one meets, one will have an awareness that this is someone that has shown me tremendous kindness, both directly and indirectly. This is someone with whom I am exactly the same on a fundamental level of wanting to not experience a moment of suffering, but only happiness. And with this way of thinking, whomever one is with, and in fact, however they relate to one will feel close to them. One will feel harmonious with them. So here now in our meditation, when we've developed equanimity in this powerful and abiding way within ourselves, then the wish will arise within us. This experience of equanimity that I have now experienced, and these benefits that I am now experiencing, may all beings without exception, may they experience the benefits of equanimity as well. May all beings overcome a feeling of closeness towards some and distance towards others. May all beings abide in harmony together. And thereafter, one turns towards one's Lama and the three jewels, requesting their blessings, that we can lead all beings to a state where they do sincerely abide in harmony with each other.
Bendigo Tanyum Ysamlo di Semjan Tamji Jula Yongor Shosan some diet Tanyum Semicum Lagor, Semjan Tamji, Nirin Chadan Idan David, Daniel and Never Kurchik Lagurva, said Daniel and Never Kurchik Ladu, Semjan Samayula Bendigo Tanyum Samlo di Kieva Show, some Gomia Dilla, Tanyum Semicum Tadi Dire. That Namu Yajic, Tanyum Gomgure, Niji Majinella, Tanyum Gomgure said, this also get Tanyum Gomnashi or Dijing Tango Shadre. Just so Rangi, Semjan Chasandi, Dingal near Dingal Towers, Kayama Chasan Jibarita, Sembi Susugi, when Semjan Chasan nearing Meba Chipichian by some Dacometella, Tanyo Gom Lagore, Tanyo Gomes. That Tanyo Semio, Semjan Tamje, Tanyum Nanever Gurji say Gomiati, Carson, the Nigga Tanyum, Samlodi, Semjan Sama, Chasan Gulet in the Kiara shows a Gomiatri.
Going to take care of Adi.
So Rangi, Semjan Dile nearing Yomar Chipichicare, some Gomiadi, so you get Tanyum Gomba Alagore. That Tanyum Semegom said Yoruba, this Semjel Mazura, Chisa, Tanyum, Samlodi, Semjan Tamjel Yon shows in Gomgurua. Tanyum Semegom said,
Young so conso semlakia.
Kiara shows, that thing around to get Tanyum Samless dear one, on Dinashin, Semjan Tamjigula, the Niki Kiara shows Gomiadi, Gomba de la Tanyum Semegom Basicore. That is, so you get Tanyo Gomba down, Tanyum Semegomba, you just car chadigore.
So this then is the meditation on developing immeasurable equanimity or immeasurable impartiality. It's this meditation to overcome this feeling that we have of closeness towards some and distance towards others and indifference towards so many. So this mind of equanimity is exactly that, this overcoming this nearness and closeness, but rather feeling a wish or a feeling of closeness towards all beings without a differentiation. So that's the practice of equanimity. What makes it the practice of immeasurable equanimity is when one, as we've just heard in the previous segment, then takes this experience that one has now in one's own continuum and generates the wish, may all beings without exception, may they too develop this mind of equanimity within themselves. May all beings without exception overcome nearness to some and distance from others. And then this then makes it the practice of immeasurable equanimity.
Adonda la dire tangbo susurangi semje tham je nyering meba chikbichya imba tanyum kom denige tanyum kom bigi dinashin samloti semje tham ji gyula dine yongwa sho semje chasang ya nyering me deke an chasang ne chikbe da deken ni ngarangi samlo tawa nashin dinashin chik semje tanyum samlo chasang yongwa sho samlo semje tham ji semje tham la denige nyering meba chasang ya 당념 되게 삼로도 용어를 쇼어서 고민하더라 당념 체면하고 봐시고요.
이 담에데 날라지나 낭예 승핀패?
이 대신이라 사이마딩 이 삼다 샘제 탐제 당념을 예리 차당이나 뒤에 당념을 내버려 쇼 선배 삼로다고 대다 당념을 내투바디 내지 선배가 삼았다. 되네 내지 투비에게 안 라미게 라메이든 상제되기 양아 진길라브로치 예서시 삼다더라.
So this then is a meditation on equanimity, where one goes through a specific sequence that we mentioned. We come to the point where we overcome this closeness we have towards some and distance towards others, and then we see relating to beings equally, feeling an equal sense of closeness towards all beings. And then, so that's the meditation on equanimity. What makes it the practice of immeasurable equanimity is the aspiration. May all sentient beings give rise to the same mind of equanimity that I have. May they now give rise to it in their continuum too. And that's what differentiates immeasurable equanimity from the practice of equanimity.
Dene jamba gomya dire. Da jamba gomya dela nene semjen dewa mebege me diga semjen le miche. An semjen tamje dewa de temper sho sameda. Je dewa dela yang negabgi dewa lada migi dewa. An dewa de temper sho sayada. Tardugi dewa an tarbada tamje kimbigi gobong da tobo dewa de temper sho samda gomya di ne 가서리 잠복공바식으로.
That was the first, and then the second one, that one progresses then from meditating on immeasurable equanimity to immeasurable love. So the object of one's meditation is that all sentient beings who are abiding without happiness, without lasting, stable happiness. And here one generates the wish, may all sentient beings experience the temporary happiness of a good rebirth of a human or a god. And moreover, may all beings then progress and achieve the ultimate happiness of liberation from suffering. So this is the object of love.
그래서 니니기 대화 덴바 될래야 대위 규단 된 거고 대화 덴바 마세 대위 규다 대대 내가 대화 요바지 마디바 다 띵기 대화 용야게 다 빼네 대위 규대 덴바 지난 하다 미고방 토역이 내가비 대화 하다 미고방 디기 주야래야 고방 토역이 규래 난 저기 아니 잠도 셈게 잠도 삼다야다 되니게 아니 저기 추림다 아니 진바다 쇠바다 전주라 소바 아니 되니게 몰람 지마메바 몰람 자야게 남이 셰바나 슈바나지레 되니게 규데데 템퍼 쇼와서야다 되니게 내가비 대화 하다 미 대화의 템퍼 심제 탐제 다 하다 미 대화 템퍼 쇼와서야지 다양한 심제 탐제 하다 미 대화 유디겐 당야는 딜레 하바 유디겐 디게데 시고마다 데니게 하다 미 대화 만용은 디게 강아 유디겐 디게 하다 내가 하다 미 대화 용하다 나도 하다 미 대화 용신 비게 되네 여바는 데소는 땡기 대화 안 탈바다 탐지 캠비 고바 도바 쇼왔습니다. 제나다 내가 하다 미 고바 토역이 대원이 규다 템버 쇼스 대화단 대위 규다 템버 쇼스 대위 규디 가르스네 대위 규 진바다 수림다 쇠바다 전주기 냠레데 템버쇼 겹르 심지 냠레데 템버쇼 데나 탈바다 탐지 캠비게 안에 토여 유데라 안에 해중 장쇼셈 양답에 따와 대위 냠레데 템버쇼 섬지 안에 대화단 대위 규된 템버쇼 데니게 삼로디 야네 양도 고미야디 안에 대화 잠바치메 공바시야다 안데 안에 데다 데니게 심제 탐제 대화단 대위 규된 템바다 네 템버쇼 대위 규된 템바다 네 지기 단 네 지기 섬로 따야다 대단히 대다 지 투비게 라마 이담 상예 jasum 담지게 하는 알이야 진일 랍시 진일로 제해야지 온두세 삼다 고메들라 잠바 고메하스 잠바 체메 고바세시.
So the objects of one's meditation are beings who are abiding without lasting stable happiness. One generates the wish, may all beings experience the temporary happiness of a good rebirth and come then to experience the ultimate happiness of liberation from suffering. So here in this meditation, then one doesn't merely express or develop an aspiration, may beings experience happiness, but it becomes a bit more particular. May those beings who are suffering in rebirths of tremendous pain, may they achieve the temporary happiness of a good rebirth. And to do so, may these sentient beings cultivate the relevant causes, the causes of developing a mind of ethical conduct, a mind of generosity, a mind of patience, a mind of joyous perseverance, and on the basis of refuge. In this way, may they cultivate causes for a good rebirth. And those beings who do have a good rebirth, may they engage in these the cultivation of these same causes so as to ensure they have continuing good rebirths. But moreover, and in particular, may they generate the causes for lasting stable happiness, namely the mind of definite emergence, the minds of bodhicitta, and the correct view. So here, this is the attitude one is generating. It has these two components of may beings achieve temporary and lasting happiness, and then secondly, through the cultivation of the relevant causes. So it's not just a mere aspiration, but that wish, may they develop those causes. And then one, having generated this aspiration, that may they achieve such a state, one then makes the commitment, I will help them develop these causes for temporary happiness and for lasting, stable happiness of liberation, ultimate happiness. I will help them achieve these causes or develop these causes. And then finally, turning towards the Lama and the three jewels, we request blessings so that we can spiritually progress ourselves and be of great and lasting benefit to others.
나는 삼문나라 디네 용식이로 왔다. 디네게 심전 탐제 대화의 템버쇼 대위규의 템버쇼 세제 직 삼로 가서 따나 donda 주야의 각부로 와서 심전 탐제 대화의 된 투야다 심전 동안의 투야의 깔에 각부로 와서 디네게 투구면에 디네 삼단의 깔에 가로 와서 좀제 매바지라 아니 삼단의 주시 트라다 깔에 가로에 삼소 용식이로 와. 그래서네 상유 좀된데 페버레데 심제 탐제 동안 대화의 된 투요 말에 안디니엘야 상게 망고 페데 아니 심제 탐제 대화의 된 투미다 등이 삼능아 가구시마신 바 지글야 아니 상예 장주선 바 망고 페데 권주기 심제 탐제 대화의 된 심제 탐제 아니 제외 당념 차투 민도 지상아 미 가고스 매바 지글야 히디네 삼단다 then yama digital and
So again, with this point, one may have a doubt, thinking that, so in this meditation I generate the wish, may all sentient beings experience happiness, and no matter how heartfelt I make this wish, can I have any certainty that all sentient beings, this incredible, fathomless quantity of beings, are they really going to achieve a lasting happiness for my aspiration? Surely, is this not just a waste of time, that is, this endeavor is only going to lead to disappointment? Or is it that my prayers are so incredibly powerful that I can achieve what Buddha Shakyamuni himself didn't achieve, and all the Buddhas who came before and after him haven't achieved? Are my aspirations really that unique and powerful? So it's quite possible that such a doubt may arise.
당한저 나랑저 디네 곰비기 심전 탐제 디기데 덴바치다 대와 덴바도 수투르에서는 가고 싶래데 이내 나 곰고고라 마곰바이나 나저 삼로디 로도 니버쳐 당고고래 지사 마곰바 샤바는 니버쳐 줘요 말에 지사 두 곰치도 되는 삼로디 바 니버쳐 줘고 봐 지사 간저 니버기 잠비기 니버디 숙천 보세요 그래 지사 당념게 삼로디 다른 나저기 데니게 마공바이나 게디나 semje chasanla tangnim letu mare de gedina yering chanya chadi gore sesa ngando du tha de ba de nyama magom be kin chin de ne ha warwa sesa dine za du sin ngando tangnim samla ta sam ta go tangnim samlo de dine gedina tangnim samlo de shukchim bu shushi le de cha goro ni ba chim bo 데니게 디나신 잠바도 잠바 삼다도 semjan데 대화다 되나 sembe 대화다 된고도 대위 규대 된바다 내지기 sembe 삼로도 안에 슉차 지도 맞아 삼로도 니버 슉셔셔 두고 그래 제가 semjan님제 대화다 된바다 내지기 실라로 와다 제가 내 제발라 semjan람 제발라 소수기 디제해게 튠긴디 고로 와다 제가 튠긴 두고 그래 튠긴 두비알 제가 안주기 데니게 삼로 슉체레도 튠긴 두비알라 튠긴 약쇼 가래서 산지 고마래 산지 고마 톱나 데니 콘저 캄다 메바 가니치 삼다메네 쉐송야다 탑가니 토네 콘저 판도 제투에 니버여다 대인장의 산지 고마 톱 마dom네 탑미누스비 장슈스미 계기 니버디 슉체 두고 그래 제가 장슈스미 가지 슉체게나 디점경 안쪽에 파진 쪽에 냠는 제를 슉체 주고 그래. 가지 냠는 제도 슉체 여번에 산지 고방 들어야 다 녀주고 그래. 지상 산지 고방 토바 있나 저기 안에 펜바 빠도면 봐 개심을 두고 그래. 지상 되네 인장 안쪽에 다당 안쪽에 겹 투여게 가고 제게 니버 요 말때 이냥 아주 제 삼당 공부 그래. 검시 쇠변 만도 삼로도 슉체를 당고 니버체를 당고 그래. 지상 니버체를 당고 인자 되네 공부 그래서 그러다.
So such a doubt has some validity in that through developing this aspiration that may all sentient beings experience happiness, both temporary and ultimate happiness, that alone is not going to lead sentient beings' lives to be transformed or their attitudes, their way of thinking, their behavior to transform. But what does come from engaging in these meditations that we've heard thus far on impartiality and love is that we develop ourselves spiritually. In particular, our strength of mind. This is what will grow in particular. Furthermore, if we allow such a doubt to overcome us, then we will continue to remain with this partial attitude that we currently have of feeling close to some and distant towards others. We will continue to be tormented by our own afflicted minds, and our spiritual progression will remain limited. Rather, if we engage in these meditations, this will lead to a transformation of our minds, of our attitudes. And through this developing inner strength, how we interact with others, this will be transformed. The direct and indirect benefit we bring to others, this will be transformed. So this is the immediate benefit that comes from cultivating such a mind, is that it transforms our way of thinking and our way of interacting. Moreover, it rapidly aids our spiritual progression, our spiritual development, because in order to be of greatest benefit to sentient beings, we need to be spiritually developed ourselves to the fullest extent, the extent that is perfected. That means one needs to achieve Buddhahood. To achieve Buddhahood, one has to develop the mind of enlightenment, bodhicitta. This is essential. And in order to develop bodhicitta, one has to develop minds such as compassion and love, and to develop those, one needs equanimity. Without going through this stream of practices, one will never achieve Buddhahood. And even before that, one won't engage in the actual 6 perfections. Those 6 perfections, or the practice or the development of those 6 perfections, which bring such incomparable benefit to sentient beings. So therefore, the cultivation of these minds has an immediate benefit as well as a long-term benefit.
member me never Zamblin never Mango that never did he travel chicken, the name and you try to a chicken, some of Shovena. Then it call ya Medigo Legmar, Carson, or some of the Niki, Carson, or Changroa. Just that Denienza, Manjuki, Denige, some of Shoven, and he meant you never taking anything, he tried to a chicken, some of Shovena. 디 menju che jahaagi member keba chae dondala ko lobchong de semshu shu cher jugorwa jisan semshu shu cher chen je gaze shu che wena ko le bezun che jang gore jisan jang du ko de 신용 gorwa xin ba ne jema jang che toyo du dine ko xin ko menju je ne ba mang bo le pando je du gorwa 다보나 아디네 지금 야마다 데 깔레 학보래 삼지 디네데 깔레 학보 용 말에 삼다 되베네 디 용하게 된다래 비즈 장 말아 맞아와는 차야요 말아 베디나신 지벌 차고다.
To give an analogy that will make the importance of this process clear. If someone, when they're still young, develops the wish, I want to become a doctor, and I want to heal all the ill people in this world, then through generating this wish, they will need to make tremendous effort throughout their schooling and then at university and then in the place of work, so that they can eventually qualify as a doctor and then be successful in their aspiration to bring benefit to those who are suffering. And such a person who gives rise to, or such a child who gives rise to such a wish, is praised. Their parents, their community would praise them for giving rise to such a wish. But that wish can only be actualized if they make tremendous effort over a sustained period, because to achieve such a goal doesn't come about through a mere wish or an occasional aspiration. Rather, they need to make repeated effort over a sustained period, and eventually they will be able to fulfill this goal of theirs. So this is exactly the same with ourselves. If we give rise to a mere aspiration to spiritually develop and to become an inspirational being who can be of great benefit to others, and then it falls away, then very little will come from that. Or likewise, if we have this wish, but we don't develop our strength of mind so that we train and cultivate these minds so they become ever more powerful and pervasive within us, then too, this initial wish will never be fulfilled. So therefore, all these steps of training are essential.
데 송샤반자 당한줄 랍제래 냠년 체딩 아두스나 삼다야레 시장 소소나 김센 삼다 김센 토는 지 변행하도 단임세디 셰바나신 소소 당보 소소리아 안심전 차상의 직보 임바데 직보 임바간의 차기도 셈비게 김센라 삼다 시장 심정 코로나 중간에 이내 대화되바 동아미도 직보라시 디네자 니가 차상 대화되바 인자 차상이야 대화 디기 죽고야 돼 직발에샤스 지난 차상 동아 되고 말 차상 동아 미디어에서 고절 동아 치카실이야 가와지 야가지야 같이 누가 해야 돼 코로나 심제 코로나 중간에 삼다는 안도 디치야 돼 지금 누구 선배 삼다야다 나 소소라는 게 삼다베네 차상 심제 차상 소소야 판도 집에 직발에 니경알 판도 제요 말했으면 지요 말했 차상이 판도 집에 직발에 차상 판도 집에 끓인 집발에 마도 니끓인 채와래 니끓인 중화서 민두 진짜 니네자 니 나랑 오늘 삼다마이네 심전 디술이야 오늘 찍을 가와져 지 막아져 자오게 지고 민두 차상 찍고 찍게 하려샤 선배게 소술이야 끓인 첨보 임바다 소술이야 판도바 찍발에셔 진짜 니네 인자 소수기 파 안에 찍을 가와져다 찍을 미가져 자오게 민두 차상 찍고 찍게 하다고도 선배게 삼로디 아 저게 야네 야도 지 삼다디 김전도 삼다 지사다 니네게 삼다와자 니네게 삼로디 예링 차다이단 제위기 니네게 삼로 땅님 삼로디 심전 탐질레 니네 삼로디 용어쇼 선배게 삼로다 야네 야도 디도 전 야네 야도 고미야들이 용어 쇼선 받아 안 되네게 용어 제바디 메치기 선배 삼다다 안 될래야는 라마리 알이야 아니 진리라브로치에서 두 삼다 고미야데 디나신다 대화세제 심전팀지 대화데 되나 선배 차상 대화 뒤바데 동아미도 버치버셔서 심전팀지 대화 템버쇼 선배게 다디 대화데 템바데 메치기 대달 제투비가 라말 이담 산je chasam chasagi ya jingela rochi se andinige yane yando dus komyadi da ngi da lamrim nyamne ba kom japtha rochi duschine kom gorese de rimba roche dine li yongro da ganje da duschine jugi dan namyun ne samda de da bo 가산 슈아나시 냐마슈 점로 심제 삼다 야랑 요든 점로 심제 삼다 점로 삼다네 되는 아주 디 럼린 디 시자로 삼다면은 점로 심제 삼다 사회제례다 심제 탐제례 안 당님기 삼다고 되네 아니 심제 남제라 아니 잠바치메디 삼다고 언데는 인지체베다 가와치메 일리기로와 언도시네 주게 삼다고 야네 야도 삼다이들이 다가지 냠는 지에 세나레 장 세나레 가지 야네 삼다 셈리야 곰리 태들이도 하다 제사지 곰고야 돼 디책이스로 지상가로도 라싱아 다가로도 차사 다 결혼도 제고를 세고 말다 나랑 주비가 차사 제고고 다디 어디 차사 지바래 어디네 되는 자들이 가서 다디 나도 대제고래세디 대 아주 겨워스는 게서기 가서리 송구여에 선비가 삼나다지 알라밍 아주라 간난구여 시자 다라미 간나마 나신 니 지긴 삼로지 삼로 dinera 계셔서 아디 당아주 드링기 제 천년 집에게 삼로 dinera 당 호거래 니 제마들이야 니지 체메셔야 되다 나 가와치면 이들 하려 된 맛이 좀 취해시
My request to all of you now, as we come to the end of the class, is that I hope that what you have heard tonight, you don't just leave it here in this classroom and leave here and forget about it, but rather you take it home and you apply it to your mind. And what that means is what it means to meditate on what one has heard here is to engage in analysis, to utilize reasoning. And in this way, one will be able to develop these minds within yourself. This word for meditation, this means to create new habits, to break old habits and to develop new habits. Or another way of expressing it is to train our mind, to train our way of thinking. So that is the meaning of meditation. For that to come about, like in any walk of life, when we're wanting to develop a new habit, one needs to do so again and again and again. So I say each week that one needs to meditate repeatedly over a sustained period. And to add to this term repeatedly, in the meditation, not only does one need to do the meditation topic repeatedly, but within the meditation, one needs to use a multitude of reasonings again and again and again. So one will use the same reasons in meditation after meditation after meditation. In that way, strengthening the habituation to this way of thinking. So for example, tonight we spoke on equanimity and then love. So with equanimity, we spoke about the need to utilize two reasonings. First, that all sentient beings are the same as ourselves in wanting to experience happiness and not wanting to suffer. So there's no difference between ourselves and any other sentient being at all. And then secondly, that the relationships that we have with beings right now are unstable. They have changed in this life, they will change again, and they certainly therefore have changed over previous lives. So therefore, all beings over this vast expanse of time have on many different occasions shown me tremendous kindness, both directly and indirectly. So therefore, there is no valid reason to differentiate between others. There's no being who wants happiness more than others. There's no being who's more worthy of happiness than others. And likewise, there's no being who has shown us greater kindness than others, and thereby there's no being to whom we should not show kindness in return. So we're utilizing these reasons first in those that we feel indifferent towards or neutral towards, then those we're close to, those we are hostile towards, and then all sentient beings. We develop slowly a sense of closeness with all sentient beings, a feeling of harmony with all sentient beings. And we do this going through the stages that were mentioned, so that we train with those that we interact with and we have a relationship with, transforming this relationship into a feeling of closeness with all. And when we generate this in meditation, we then, the second point would be the aspiration, may all sentient beings achieve this, the state of equanimity, just like I have generated within myself now. And then the third point, I will help them, I will guide them, I will train them in the development of the mind of impartiality. And then fourthly, requesting blessings from the refuge field and from our lamas. So that was the meditation on equanimity. Love was very similar, but here the aspiration was, may all sentient beings experience temporary happiness as well as ultimate happiness. In particular, may they develop the causes to experience both temporary happiness and in particular ultimate happiness. And then go through the meditation in some more detail than was mentioning right now, but then with the wish, may they all accumulate the causes and experience lasting happiness. And then the commitment, I will help beings, I will guide beings in the development of the causes for temporary as well as ultimate happiness, and then requesting blessings from the refuge field and our Lama for this. So that's what we've looked at tonight, and just to add to what we, or to blend it with what we looked at last week, one can start this meditation with the meditation on refuge, like we looked at in detail last week, and then one can either do the entire refuge meditation and then this one, or go straight from refuge into equanimity, love and compassion. So here it's my wish that all of you take this class home with you and engage in meditation on this topic repeatedly over a sustained period. And to you, I make the commitment that I will do so as well. And I will make endeavors to train like Sonam Gyatso, the author of our text, and my teachers. And I make the request that you do as well. So we'll finish here for tonight. Sorry it's a little bit late. Then next week we'll continue with this presentation, which will be immeasurable compassion and immeasurable joy. Thank you.